Hello, welcome to the Sacred Gates here on YouTube. My name is Elora and welcome to the channel. I noticed there's a few new subscribers, so welcome to this channel. I hope that you get something of value out of it. Today I just wanted to do a video on replenishing your vital energy. We all have vital energy, but not all of us know how to replenish it. Especially if you're a healer, you really need to know how to use your energy wisely and when to draw from other sources that are greater than your own. Also, sometimes we revitalize our energy through, kind of looking at the smartphone and eating some junk food. That can feel like a way of revitalizing energy. But as you know, maybe from experience yourself, that this is not kind of the higher self version of replenishing yourself. So that's just something that I wanted to point out, kind of get into habits of, I know that a way for me a number of years ago for revitalizing my energy during a period where I was really tired due to the way my life was configured and my mind was configured, I was sleeping to revitalize my energy. And then I actually started to use my tools, use my practice to actually help me in those times when I just wanted to turn off. And I found that there's another quality of energy that comes through when you do utilize your vital energy and you learn how to work with it. So just to touch that is, as healer, if you're a healer listening to this, or you're getting into healing and you want to understand more about how to protect yourself, and I mean in terms of your energy, and having strong vital energy does protect you from, I know a lot of people are interested in psychic attack and things like that, but it also, having strong vital energy will do that, but having strong vital energy will also help you be able to heal when you need to. If you've got a couple of healings a day, which may not work for you, but if you just happen to have 2 booked healings that day, or clients, to say you're a psychologist or something like that, then knowing how to use your vital energy and replenish it. There's also a difference between replenishing your vital energy and trying to replenish your vital energy. So we'll touch on that also. So let's just take a look at the human body here in terms of energy centers. And here is a beautiful picture that is of the 3 major dantians. Now the dantians, if you're not aware of them, they are the houses of energy. They house the chakras, for example. And so we have the lower dantian, which you can see is the lower beautiful yellow ball of energy. That's the lower dantian. The middle dantian is the one in the middle, and the upper dantian is the one at the top, or the higher dantian. I'll call it the upper dantian. So the chakras, if you know the chakra system here, you can see it here. You can kind of see which chakras fit into which dantians. Now, of course, location is an illusion, but it does really help to have these, you can build your vital energy up near your head, but it does help to actually use the resonating frequencies of the body, because as we go lower in the body, the energy's denser, not in a negative way, but in a nice, grounded, heavy way. And that is linked a lot more to vital energy. And so that does help to work your hands lower down if you're doing the chi ball, which we won't go into in this video. And so the lower dantian is where the housing of the hara. It's where you store all your vital energy. It's called the sea of chi, infinite chi, and it is an incredible resource. As they say, the internet's a resource, but so is also your lower dantian. It's incredible for your energy. It's incredible for sustaining energy and revitalizing you. And this is where your vital energy is stored, and this is where it's replenished as well. And it travels out from your body in all directions, down your legs through your hip sockets, which is why it's really important to work on opening your quas. This is a Chinese word, which really just means your hip sockets, where your legs join your hips, the rest of your body. And then the vital energy also spreads up through your body like a tree, through your arms and up through your head and everywhere through your organs. And so first of all, it's becoming familiar with what vital energy feels like. And as I said, we're not going to do a tutorial on the ball, the energy ball, the chi ball, but vital energy is really easy to connect to. But sometimes, when we try too hard and we overthink, it's kind of like you lose it and then you think you can't do it. And then you tap into those narratives and whatnot and all of that. So getting caught up in trying really hard doesn't help, but that takes practice too. So not to get too caught up in trying too hard. That's why I like to, with my students, is to to encourage them to seriously play, because when we play, when we have an attitude of play, things come a lot more easily. But the serious side of it is that you're a practitioner and you're focused, but you're playing within the realm of that which you are wanting to learn from. So the vital energy is stored in that lower dantian area. The middle dantian is the emotional. If you're in the Hermetic stream of Hermetics, you would talk of it more in the astral energy, and that's also where the heart chakra is, and some of that middle dantian, the solar plexus, and the little bit of the throat. And then as you get higher, you go up into the higher dantian, which connects to your higher chakras, your Shen Ming, and that's another Chinese term just for that spiritual energy coming through your mind. It's like the higher mind. And so we have these three engines. And when we get depleted, you can get depleted in various ones. And when you're doing a lot of healing work, you don't want to draw energy from yourself. So just say if you're healing somebody, you're working with someone to heal them, and you're drawing energy from your own reservoirs, you will eventually feel drained and tired and kind of disconnected. And it may be at a physical level, it may be at the mental level. If you're using emotions to heal, which I also don't recommend, your emotional body, then you'll be drained emotionally. And so you want to be careful what you tap into for your healing. That's also kind of another topic. But just for now, if you are feeling drained after doing healing, it is a sign that you've pulled on your own reserves, or maybe you just didn't have enough and then you kind of went ahead and did it, and you realized, you're actually a little bit needing to take a break, which is really important to listen to. So if you end up in that space, a really good way that you can recharge, you can look in the room that you're in. So recently I did a video on being able to connect to anything, and in that video near the end of the podcast, we went into like a little practice where I encourage you to open your eyes and connect all around you, so that you can learn how to send your mind out and free your mind from the density that we often put it under. And so replenishing your energy, your vital energy, is quite similar. So you can just like open your eyes, relax your body, and just look around the room, and you can breathe in to yourself, to your body, and then breathe out and allow that outward breath to stream outwards around you and into the room. And as you breathe in, you draw the quality of life that you may see. You may see a plant in the room. You may just see life lived in your home. You can connect to the air element if you're into elements. You can also look out the window and see a tree or a plant and just draw and feel the life force. Now, this is when the intellect can get involved, and it starts to think, first of all, rather than feel. So this is really all about you becoming familiar with the feeling of vital energy if you're not already familiar. And vital energy really is just life. We are alive. Sometimes we don't actually feel that life energy because we're just doing and being ourselves day to day. But just that quality of aliveness, of the breath, of the air, of your living space, of the air in the room you're in, of the tree growing outside. So you don't have to live near an incredibly beautiful forest, but you can look out the window and just see that chlorophyll growing and running and flooding the trees around you, that beautiful iridescent green color. And just look at that while relaxing your body and breathing. That's one way. Also, there's that breathing in that I just told you about, not really hard, not doing crazy stuff, but just gently breathing in just the quality of life that you feel and see around you. That is evidence that you are part of a massive macrocosm, and that you yourself are a part of that in a microcosm in and of itself. And breathing in that, and then breathing out that into the room around you. So you utilize what there is around you that is life around you. So you may have a plant in your room or a tree outside the window. You can connect to the sky, which helps to open up your middle dantian. So if you're feeling a bit emotional, you can just open it up and let that spaciousness through. So yes, we can all kind of do things not correctly when we do these kinds of things, but I do suggest that you really follow your sense of feeling, relax your body so that you feel nice and heavy and grounded. And when you feel like you've got to pay attention to whether you're replenishing, or are you trying to replenish but you're actually creating more contraction and strain. So just like with anything, when we're trying to do something, that trying, we're often taught in school, aren't we, that to do something, to try something and to learn, that we have to put a lot of force in. But all of this is very, very effortless. It should be very effortless. So that's why relaxation is really important for us humans, because we're so nuts and we're so tight and contracted a lot of the time that it's kind of become like a chronic natural state. So we have to like work on relaxing. And a lot of the time, what you're trying to do will come through, right? When you're playing, when you're not paying attention to it, particularly when you've let go of the trying, then it starts to come through. So just, maybe, also utilize movement. If you're finding you're getting stuck in a holding pattern, trying too hard to connect to vital energy, just go for a little walk and just feel the ground, the way it kind of penetrates your body, that feeling of the ground through your feet. And then, after you've moved just slightly, look out the window again and stop and feel. And that may have helped you put less emphasis and strain and constrict your emotional body and your mental body, and that will help as well. So there's just a couple of little stories about connecting to your vital energy and how to replenish yourself. And then you can maybe, it's a better time to then go and do that healing or to work with that crystal, or to even have that conversation or whatever it might be that alerted you to the fact that you didn't have enough vital energy. So when we draw from external larger sources, not only is that better for the person that we're working with or the crystal or whatever it is that we're doing, it's also better for us. And it teaches you to not use yourself as the ultimate resource, because you are very limited in that sense. And actually, especially if your physical body isn't very open and you haven't worked on your healer's body, then it's definitely a really good idea, because you'll be able to draw it more easily out just by looking at it and allow it to come through you, and allow that greater source of vital energy to come through you and help support you while you do the healing work that you're being called to do. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys, to this podcast today. And leave comments below if you'd like to share your experience of working with vital energy. Consider subscribing if you'd like. I'm doing videos every week now. I've managed to get back to weekly videos. So look forward to doing more of these and sharing this space with you. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.